Welcome back to the world of Unix and big data, guys. My name is Aman and I am a data scientist. In this video, I am going to demonstrate you step-by-step process of how to install Hadoop in your computer. I am going to do the live installation in front of you and show you what all things you have to do to run Hadoop in your machine. I might face some issues also in this installation. I want you to see what issues I face and learn from that, right? So guys, I have my Ubuntu box open here, which I had installed in my Windows machine. I had created a video on how to do that. Now I'm going to show you the Hadoop installation one by one. Okay. So I have a file here, guys, the text file. If you can see, for Hadoop installation, you need to have some prerequisites. Okay. So this video will be divided into 3 or 4 segments. First, we will see what are the prerequisites. Then we will see how we can download Hadoop. Then we will see what are the important files we need to make changes. And then we will run Hadoop and show you how Hadoop runs in a Unix box. Okay. Very, very important video, guys. Pay attention. It will help you a lot. Okay. So what are the prerequisites for running Hadoop? So first of all, there should be Java in your machine. Okay. We will check that. Before that, I am just updating my system. Okay. Updating my root user, everything in the system. Let me update that. It is getting updated. It is done. Okay. I'll give you all these command, guys. First command is sudo apt update. I have updated my system. Okay. What is my next command? Sudo apt install OpenGDK 8. So what I'm doing here is I'm just showing you from zero. Okay. So how do you install Java in your machine? Run this command and Java will get installed in your machine. In my machine, Java was already there. Hence it says 0 upgraded, 0 new installed. So Java was already there. I'll give you this command. If Java is not there, you can install. Next command, I want to check if Java is installed properly or not installed. Let me clear the screen and run this command. Okay. So it checks Java version. What is my Java version, guys? You can see JDK version here. You can see JDK runtime, all these things, which means Java is there in my machine. What I'm doing here is I'm trying to open a SSH server. Now, what is the meaning of this SSH server, guys? Since Hadoop will run in the same machine where my Unix box is running, so there has to be a connection between Hadoop and my Unix machine. This SSH server will give me that connection. Okay. So let me run this. This also I had done one round of installation or running. So it is already there. Okay. Now, if I say sudo add user Hadoop, what I'm doing is I'm using a new user. I'm adding a new user HDOOP. Okay. This user will use Hadoop in my system. Okay. Aman will not use. Aman is one user. HDOOP is another user. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a new user. It says user already exists. For you, it will not say this. Just create a new user and go with that. Okay. Next is once you have created the user, I will now log in with that same user. Okay. So when you say su hyphen that username, you will see that this Aman at Aman will change to HDOOP at Aman. Okay. Let us do this. It is asking for password. Give the password. As you can see, Aman at Aman is changed to HDOOP at Aman. Okay. So now I am not Aman. I am HDOOP user. Cool. Let us clear the screen. Come back here. SSH keygen, I will generate a key which I will use for the connection or the coordination to my local machine to the Hadoop. Let me generate a key here. It says key already exists. Do I want to overwrite? Yes, I want to overwrite. One key is generated. Okay. Now what I want to do, I want to just put this key in my authorized key list. Why I am doing all this, guys? I want the HDOOP user to be able to create connection to Hadoop. Okay. For that, you need the key and you need the key to be stored in authorized key. Now I am changing the permission to this authorized key file by using chmod. Let me do chmod here. Clear screen again. Chmod. Okay, so that permission is changed for that file. Now what should happen is this HDOOP user should be able to create a connection to the local host. Local host means this system will only work as the server as well. So when I say SSH local host, this connection should go. If this connection is going, it means that the SSH is working. Very simple, guys. That was the SSH installation part or the key generation part. Clear the screen? Come back to the command line. Don't worry, I'll give you all these commands, okay? Whichever command you are not understanding, go to the video back and see what is the use of that. So now we have completed the prerequisite part. What was in prerequisite, guys? We need Java. If you have Java, good. If you don't have, install Java. We need a new user which can use Hadoop. So HDOOP is my new user. And we need to install the SSH that we did. Tested the connection also. Let us download Hadoop, guys. Okay. So I'm downloading. wget is the command to download. And this is the web location for downloading Hadoop. Let me download it. Let me run this command here. So wget will download the Hadoop from this location. So as you can see, the download is happening 1%, 3%, 4% like that. So once this reaches 100%, which means our download will be completed. So we will wait for some time. So this download is complete, guys. Now what we have to do is we have to go, and this is a zipped file, as you can see, tar.gz file. So we have to unzip that file. How to do that in Unix? Using tar xgf command. Okay. So I'm copying this command tar xgf and I'm pasting it here. Okay. So you will see that we will get the unzipped file in this location. So just to verify, we can go to that look. It is actually in home only. So if you do ls-lrt, you will see the actual file and the unzipped file as well. Cool. Now we have downloaded Hadoop. What is the next step, guys? Next step is, it depends on whether we are in a single cluster or multiple cluster. Okay. So I'm going to show you single cluster, since most of you would be having a one machine and want to practice there, right? So there are 6 important files in that downloaded folder that we need to change. Okay. So one by one, we will change those files, guys. The very first file is called .bashrc. Okay. So let us try opening this file and I will tell you what to put in this file. So what I'm writing here in this command is sudo is for root permission. Nano is one editor like vi editor and other Unix editor. .bashrc. So bashrc is one file, guys. Enter. Sudo password it is asking. I'm giving the password. This is my bashrc file, guys. Okay. What you need to do in this file is you need to go down towards the end. Okay. So this is the end of this file. So, and you need to update few things here. Okay. So what you need to update is, come here and you need to copy this. I will give you all these commands, guys. Don't worry. You need to copy from here to here and update in this file. I'm copying and I'm saying paste. Okay. So where did it got pasted? Let me come back. No, I don't want to save. Let me repeat this step again. Come here, go to the end. I'm using Nano editor. I like this editor. Other editors I don't like much actually. Paste. So what I'll do is I will remove the previous entries from here. Okay. Sudo bashrc. I will go down and I will remove the existing variable values. Okay. So let me remove these from here. Hadoop related options we need to add. I want to add from my machine because that is what will work for my installation. Okay. So I have removed that and then paste here, and then you can say Control X and then you can say Y and come back. Okay. If you want to check if that is edited, cat that file bashrc. So you can see in the end, this is what we wanted to add. That is the first change in the file that we wanted to do. Okay, I told you we need to change 5 or 6 files. This is the first file. After you do that change, you should do source bashrc so that your changes are reloaded. Okay, So here the changes are reloaded. One thing I want to point out here, guys, for some of you, this command might not run. Okay, when you do sudo nano bash rc, this command might not run. The reason for that is HDOOP user is not a root user. So what you need to do is, I have written here issue is HDOOP is not sudo user. Then you have to come back to Aman. So how do you come back to Aman? su-m, run this command first, Aman, and then run this command, add user HDOOP sudo, which means I want to add this user HDOOP in sudo list. Okay, after that, this will work, sudo nano bash rc, if that issue comes. Okay, so one file is done. Let us come to the next file. What is the next file, guys? Sudo nano hadoop env.sh. So there is another file, hadoop environment.sh. In this hadoop environment.sh, what I want to give is my Java path. So Hadoop runs on Java, as you know already, right? So Hadoop runs on Java. What I want to tell to Hadoop is, where is Java installed in my system? Okay, so I need to give that path to Hadoop. That is what I will add here. So where is my Java installed, guys? My Java is installed at this location. I will copy this and I will paste in this file. I will say Control X again, save Y, yes, come back. That is the second file, done. Let us edit the third file. Third file is core site.xml. Let me open that file here, paste core site.xml. This is how this file looks like, guys. XML, and then there will be a configuration. Okay, inside this configuration, what you should do is you should give something like this property. Okay, so inside this configuration, copy this property from here to here, and you come back and just inside this configuration you go back and just paste whatever we have copied from here, from there. Okay, so in configuration there is property. Let me make it little formatted so that it looks good. Okay, so here will come property, then comes name, value. So what I'm trying to tell here is, what is the name of my Hadoop temporary directory? So home Hadoop temp dir. What is the name of my, one more parameter I'm setting here? If you see, let me come down. What is the name of my default, what is my port number and my location? So local host, and on 9000 port Hadoop will open. That is what I'm telling to the system. Okay, Control X, Y, enter. This file is done. Let us come to the next file which we want to edit. So I already told you guys in my theoretical video that in Hadoop there are certain properties when you store a file. Okay, so I'm opening hdfs site.xml. In this file we need to set certain properties. For example, if you come here, it will say dfs data directory. Dfs data directory is name node. Okay, the location of name node, location of data node, and how many times you want to replicate. So I told you Hadoop maintains the replication, right? So here if you make this one value as 2 or 3, then 3 times your files will be replicated. But right now we are in a one machine environment, so I will just make that as 1. Okay, so again come back here between configuration and paste this property configuration. That is fine. Control X, Y, and enter. Okay, what is the next file that we want to edit is mapred site.xml, which is nothing but MapReduce. Okay, so this is your MapReduce file. Come here. What I'm saying here, I'm saying MapReduce framework name. What is the name of my MapReduce framework? So in previous versions there was no yarn. If you go like 3-4 years back, there was no yarn. Now yarn has come as part of Hadoop, so I'm saying the name of my MapReduce framework is Hadoop yarn. Okay, Control X, Y, enter. Okay, now one more file, the last file we need to edit, yarn site.xml. I'm editing here. So if you come here, it will say edit this file. I have already copied the content, what should be here. Let me copy it from here, configuration. Everything about yarn is here. Okay, so everything about this I'm copying. I'm coming back here, and I will just delete everything and paste what I have copied. Okay. The reason for that is if one XML content goes here and there, it will throw some error. So to be on the safer side, from my last installation, I have copied these and then I will paste that directly here. Okay. So I'm just clearing these, whatever is there from the previous setting, I mean default setting, and I will paste this entire thing here. Okay. So this is the yarn configuration. Let me see if everything is copied properly. Yeah, Control X, Y, enter. Okay. And then all the files which we need to edit has been edited. Now what we need to do is we need to format the Hadoop name node. So what is name node, guys? Name node is the dictionary of Hadoop. Okay. Let me try formatting it. Let me try if this runs. Let me try if we are getting some error. Shut down. I think we are getting some error, guys. In which file we are getting error? Let me figure out the file name from here. Let me reduce the size a little bit so that I'll be able to see. So core site.xml is giving some error, guys. Let me go to core site.xml and see what wrong we pasted. Okay. So let us go to core site.xml. Okay. So to be on the safer side here also, I will delete everything and paste from the previous uh, installation, right? Let us wait for some time. Let me remove everything. There might be some indentation or some bracket issue, something. Okay. So what should go in core site.xml should be here with me. Core site.xml, where is that file? SDFS site. This is my core site.xml file. So let me copy the content from here one more time. Okay, Control C. Let us go here, paste, and say Control X, Y, enter. Let me try launching name node one more time. What is happening here? It is giving me error now, maybe in some other file, again in core site.xml. What is the error? Expected description closure. Let us check if there is some issue with that file. Cat description closure. Where is there somewhere you can see closure is missing? Okay, here closure is missing. Description should close with description. Okay, so here I think I copied wrongly. Let me copy this part and let me paste it here. Okay, so configuration is closing, property first is closing, name fine, value fine, description fine, property name value description. Okay, let me try one more time to launch to format the name node. So now I am able to run this. Mapred site.xml is throwing some error. Unexpected EOF. Mapred site.xml is giving error. Let me go back to. I'm knowingly doing this in front of you guys so that you can understand what kind of problems can happen. Okay, so here is the problem, guys. There are two configurations here. See, configuration, right? So only one is needed. Only one is needed. Let me delete the other one. Control X, Y, enter. Let me try launching now. Okay, I think I'm able to format the name node. So how do I verify if my installation is proper and if I'm able to format it? I will have to see if I am able to start the Hadoop services. Okay, so how I can start the Hadoop services? I just have to go in the Hadoop directory and say dfs sh. So let me show you what are the files here. Let me in fact go to the Hadoop environment. Okay, so home and then Hadoop. One moment. Hadoop 3.0.1 and sbin. Let us go to this directory and ls. Okay, I did not write cd and Hadoop and then sbin. Okay, let me clear the screen. Once you are inside this directory, guys, you will see many sh files. Sh files means shell scripts. Okay, so all these shell scripts are for starting name node, data node, resource manager. All these things you can see here, right? Start all.sh, start dfs.sh, start yarn.sh. All these files you will see. What I'm interested in starting now is dfs.sh, which means I want to start the Hadoop distributed file system, DFS. Okay, so you come here and you will see start dfs.sh, starting name node, starting data node, starting secondary name node. All these things are started. I am also interested in starting yarn, guys. So let me start yarn also here by calling start yarn.sh. Let me call this. It is saying stopping. Okay, I ran the stop part basically. So I need to run start dfs.sh one more time. Okay, and then I can run start yarn.sh actually. Start yarn.sh. This is how you run a shell script, guys. Okay, the space is not needed here. Okay, so resource manager is also starting, node manager is also starting. That is what I explained you in theoretical videos. What are the important components of Hadoop? Node manager, resource manager, your name nodes, your data nodes, all these things, right? So how do you know Hadoop is installed properly in your system, guys? If you do JPS, right? JPS stands for Java processes in your system. So here JPS will give you all the components of Hadoop. Now since Hadoop is installed, we can also see if Hadoop commands are running. How do you run Hadoop commands? HDFS standing for Hadoop Distributed File System. DFS minus ls means I want to see what all files are there. Slash means in Hadoop root directory what all files are present. Nothing is present now because we have freshly installed. Let me copy one file from my local. Okay, so how do I copy one file from my local? What all files I have? Let me do ls minus lrt for example, and okay, let me copy from Aman actually. So what I should do here is, let me clear the screen first, and I can say hdfs dfs. If you can see, I'm saying put means take a file from my local machine and put that in Hadoop or HDFS. Okay, so where from I will take file? I will take file from Aman, home Aman, and there is a file, the same file which I was showing you now, instructions file, right? This instructions file name is aman demo touch file.txt. I will come here and say aman demo. Okay, this file I want to put in Hadoop, so I will just say slash. Okay, because I want to put in the root directory. Now when I do a ls, guys, I should be able to see one file here. Okay, as you can see, this file is there present in the Hadoop now. Okay, this file is not in local machine, guys. Now this file is in Hadoop. Okay, understand the difference here. If you go to home Aman, you will see this file is in local, but here this file is in a distributed environment. Here we have only one node, but actually it will be stored in a distributed environment. So this is the basic of how do you install Hadoop and how do you run one or two basic HDFS commands. In my next video, I'm going to show you more on how you do various things with Hadoop between your local machine and Hadoop. Okay, let me know if you face any issues in installation, guys. Let me know in comments how did you like this video. I'll see you all in the next video, guys. Till then, wherever you are, stay safe and take care.